Hello and hi everyone. Today we're going to look into another component of writing, which is writing itineraries. First and foremost, let's imagine you are planning to go for a trip abroad. Let's imagine that you are planning to go for a trip abroad. What should you bring? What should you prepare before leaving? We're talking about leaving abroad. You want to go to from Malaysia, you want to go to United States, you want to go to UK, you want to go to Indonesia, Singapore. So what should you prepare before leaving? Some of you might say that we need to prepare food. Some of you say we might need to prepare clothes. We might also need to prepare trolley bag because you need to put all those food and clothes in your trolley bag. And for those who still believe in the maps, then you really need to bring the printed one, the traditional map, not the online one in your handphones. And the best thing is that when you want to go abroad, when you want to visit a place, you should read a little bit about the place. So, having said that, we need also, when we read, when we have our food, we have our clothes, we have to put everything in our trolley bag, we have our maps with us, and we have read about the place. Next, what we need to have is the itineraries. So what is itineraries? Itinerary is written to provide a program of events. It is also should have a clear description of time and the events. A language, when we write our itinerary, should be clear and simple. It must be direct. We do not need to be too elaborative when we are writing our itinerary. Usually, it is written in point form or in a table, and a title should explain the purpose of this itinerary. So, if you are still not clear what is itinerary, so let's take a look at the example of itinerary. For example, this is an itinerary for a trip to National Science Center. So we put the title over there, trip to National Science Center, and then we have the date when we are leaving for that place and the day. And if you want to put the number of participants involved, yes, you may. But if it's not that compulsory for you to write the number of participants in your itinerary, you might need to write that in your report later on, but not in the itinerary. Next, you can put the time and also the activity or the description of the programs or the event that is happening at that time. Please be reminded that itinerary doesn't need to dictate each and every movement of the participants or of yourself. The activity or description must explain about the event or the big activity or the main activity that's currently happening. For example, at 8 a.m., so everybody must be there to meet in school hall. 8:30 a.m., leave school for National Science Center. 9 a.m., arrive at National Science Center. 9:10 a.m., watch an exhibition at Hall A, and 12 noon, leave National Science Center. As I mentioned earlier, the language must be clear and simple. Okay, it is understood that at 12 p.m., when you leave National Science Center, meaning say that you are leaving National Science Center going back to your school. Okay, we don't have to repeat all those things. Those details should be included in the report when we are writing a report, but not when we are writing or preparing the itinerary. unless it is important. For example, if you want to say that we leave National Science Center to a restaurant for lunch, so that's different. Meaning to say that between leaving National Science Center and arriving at school, we have another activity in the middle, so we have to be specific a little bit. Okay, next, okay, if you can see that I highlighted in red are all the verbs. When we are writing the itinerary, it is advisable to write the verb. Okay, to use verb when writing the itinerary so that we know what we are supposed to do at that time. Are we meeting anybody are we assembling? Okay, and then at 8:30 we leave school. Okay, arrive at National Science Center, watch an exhibition, and leave again. Okay, so it is advisable when we write the itinerary, we use verb in our description. So this is the template of the itinerary that I prepared for you. So you can use this template of itinerary when you are writing your itinerary later. If you have any question, feel free to ask in the comment section below so that I will come back to this video and respond to your questions. So I guess that's all for today's session. Thank you for tuning in to our channel. And if you want to watch other videos, you can just follow us on our YouTube. So that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum and have a good